Good day. Welcome to another episode here in Live and Love Life, where we're studying the science of getting rich. This is our wealth study, and we're on day 11 here. I'm RJ Horner, your host and facilitator. And again, it is my mission to build wealth for myself. I've spent too many years struggling and not making, or barely making ends meet. So I've decided that needs to change. There's no reason, there's no justification for not living the life we enjoy, that I enjoy, and I want to build for myself and for my family. My wife, we went on vacation last year for the first time ever. Now, we weren't able to make that happen this year because of unforeseen circumstances, but I want to make it happen every year for her. I want to make her happy. And that's part of why I'm studying to build wealth and to put wealth into my pocket. There's no reason why we can't all enjoy the life we love to live. And that's certainly anything we want to enjoy costs money. It takes money to enjoy that life. So I want to be able to do that from here on out. And that's my mission. So we're studying here the science of getting rich, attracting financial success through creative abundance. Wallace D. Wattles wrote this book in 1910. The book is outdated. My mentors have rewritten it for the modern era, and I want to share that with you. I want to share that book with you, but I want to share this study with you. Again, this book is in the public domain, so I'm able to do these readings and hopefully empower you through the knowledge in this book. So we're going to begin. Our reading today is from chapter 10, and it's further use of the will. You cannot retain a true and clear vision of wealth if you are constantly turning your attention to opposing pictures, either externally or imaginary. Do not tell others of any past financial troubles. Do not think of them at all. Do not tell anyone about the poverty of your parents or the hardships of your early life. To do any of these things is to mentally class yourself with the poor for the time being. And this will certainly check the movement of things in your direction. Let the dead bury their dead. As Jesus said, put poverty and all things that pertain to poverty completely behind you. You have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct and are resting all your hopes of happiness on its being correct. What can you gain by giving heed to conflicting theories? Do not read religious books which tell you that the world is soon coming to an end. Do not read the writings of muckrakers and pessimistic philosophers who tell you that this is going to the devil. The world is not going to the devil. It is going to God. It is a wonderful becoming. There may be a good many things in existing conditions which are disagreeable, but what is the use of studying them when they are certainly passing away, and when the study of them only tends to check their passing and keep them with us? Why give time and attention to things which are being removed by evolutionary growth, when you can hasten their removal only by promoting the evolutionary growth as far as your part of it goes? No matter how horrible the apparent conditions may be in certain countries, sections, or places, you waste your time and destroy your own chances by considering them. You should interest yourself in the world's becoming rich. Think of the riches the world is coming into, instead of the poverty it is growing out of. And bear in mind that the only way in which you can assist the world in growing rich is by growing rich yourself through the creative method, not the competitive one. Give your attention wholly to riches. Ignore poverty. Whenever you think of or speak of those who are poor, think and speak of them as those who are becoming rich, as those who are to be congratulated rather than pitied. Then they and others will catch the inspiration and begin to search for the way out. Because I say that you are giving your whole time and mind and thought to riches, it does not follow that you are to be sordid or mean. To become really rich is the noblest aim you can have in life, because it includes everything else. On the competitive plane, the struggle to get rich is a godless scramble for power over other people. But when we come into the creative mind, all this is changed. All that is possible in the way of greatness and soul unfoldment, of service and lofty endeavor, comes by way of getting rich. All is made possible by the use of things. If you do not have physical health, you will find that its attainment is conditional on your getting rich. Only those who are emancipated from financial worry and who have the means to live a carefree existence and follow hygienic practices can have and retain health. Moral and spiritual greatness is only possible for those who are above the competitive battle for existence. And only those who are becoming rich on the plane of creative thought are free from the degrading influences of competition. If your heart is set on domestic happiness, remember that love flourishes best when there is refinement, a high level of thought, and freedom from corrupting influences. These are to be found only where riches are attained, without strife or rivalry, by the exercise of creative thought. I repeat, you can aim at nothing so great or noble as to become rich. You must fix your attention upon your mental picture of riches, to the exclusion of all that may tend to dim or obscure your vision. You must learn to see the underlying truth in all things. You must see beneath all seemingly wrong conditions the great one life ever moving forward toward fuller expression and more complete happiness. It is the truth that there is no such thing as poverty. There is only wealth. Some people remain in poverty because they are ignorant of the fact that there is wealth for them. The people can best be taught by showing them the way to affluence in your own person or practice. Others are poor because while they feel that there is a way out, they are too intellectually indolent to put forth the mental effort necessary to find that way and travel it. And for those people, the very best thing you can do is to rouse their desire by showing them the happiness that comes from being rightly rich. Others are poor because while they have some notion of science, they have become so swamped and lost in a maze of metaphysical and occult theories that they do not know which road to take. They try a mixture of many systems and fail in all. For these, again, the very best thing to do is to show them the right way in your own person and practice. An ounce of doing things is worth a pound of theorizing. The very best thing you can do for the whole world is to make the most of yourself. You can serve God and your fellow humans in no more effective way than by getting rich. That is, if you get rich by the creative method and not by the competitive one. Another thing, I assert that this book gives in detail the principles of the science of getting rich. You do not need to read any other book upon the subject. This may sound narrow and egotistical. However, there is no more scientific method of computation in mathematics than by addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. No other method is possible. There can be only one shortest distance between 2 points. There is only one way to think scientifically, and that is to think in the way that leads by the most direct and simple route to the goal. No person has yet formulated a briefer or less complex system than the one I am describing here. It has been stripped of all non-essentials. When you begin this method, lay others aside. Put them out of your mind altogether. Read this book every day. Keep it with you. Commit it to memory. Do not think about other systems and theories. If you do, you will begin to have doubts and to become uncertain and wavering in your thought. Then you will bring negative thought to the formless substance. After you've made good and become rich, you may study other systems as much as you please. But until you are quite sure that you have gained what you want, do not read anything else on this subject except the authors mentioned in the preface. Only read the most optimistic comments on the world news, just those that are in harmony with your picture. Also, postpone your investigations into the occult. Do not dabble in theosophy, spiritualism, or kindred studies. It is very likely that the dead still live and are near. But if they are, let them alone. Mind your own business. Wherever the spirits of the dead may be, they have their own work to do and their own problems to solve. We have no right to interfere with them. We cannot help them. It is very doubtful whether they can help us or whether we have any right to trespass upon their time if they can. Let the dead and the hereafter alone. Solve your own problem. Get rich. If you begin to mix with the occult, you will start mental cross currents which surely bring your hopes to shipwreck. Lastly, this, the preceding chapters have brought us to the following statement of basic facts. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imagined by the thought. A person can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon the formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. In order to do this, a person must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. He must form a clear mental picture of the things he wants, and he must hold this picture in his thoughts with the fixed purpose to get what he wants, and the unwavering faith that he will get what he wants, closing his mind against all that may tend to shake his purpose, dim his vision, and quench his faith. And in addition to all this, we shall now see that he must live and act in the certain way. That's our reading today. And it was powerful because it expands on the thing we learned yesterday, which is to get that image in your mind, to follow that image to an unwavering degree. It is to get wholly in your mind the envision exactly what you want, and take it into your mind and remove all other thoughts from your mind. So here's the lesson I learned from today. I've been telling you how I've been struggling with debt. I've been telling you how debt has burdened me most of my life. Well, again, I've been taking things to remove that debt or that burden from my life. And by doing so, I think I'm still having that image in my mind. So as of today, I will no longer mention, I will no longer discuss the debt and the poverty mindset that I've been forcing myself to continue to reimagine. I'm going to remove that from my existence, from my thought process. Again, I'm picturing my future. I'm imagining what that's going to be. I'm imagining the vacations I'm going to have every single year, because I'm going to put the fortune in my pocket to be able to do that, to be able to enjoy that life that I want to live. That comes from me. That comes from my inspiration. But also, that's what my creative thought has come to help empower you. I'm going to show and lead by example. Again, I live a great life. I do. I live a great life. I'm happy with my existence. I've been working on my health. I've been working on my mental and my spiritual attunement. I've been working on becoming a better person overall. And the last aspect of that is my wealth. That's what needs the most improvement right now, but that's where I need to completely eliminate the past thinking or the past existence of that. I need to envision the future that I expect to have. And then by focusing on that, that is what is supposed to come to me. So I am removing that negativity, because I never realized that this was a negativity that I still possessed. I tell people all the time, I can't possibly think a negative thought about another person. I can't think about things and situations negatively. And yet, here I am. I'm aware of this past practice of my money unresolved, and I concentrate on it. I focus on it. So again, there's more of what I get. So as of today, that is in the past. That's no longer existent. It no longer affects me. From here on out, it is about my betterment and my vision for the future and the way that I want to live. By envisioning that, I can begin to live that life and step into that life. So that's what I'm working for. That's what I've taken from today's lesson. And that's what I want for you as well as for myself. Again, that's what we learned yesterday, is that, you know, if you can't take care of yourself and your family and those closest to you, then you're not living up to your expectations. So I'm moving forward. There is no looking back. My life is about my future existence. And so we'll see what tomorrow brings. I know what I want. I know what I'm working for. And now it's time to bring that about. So again, I'm learning this, and I'm excited to learn this because there is so much information here in this one book. So please visit us at www.live-love-life.ca/SOGR. That's our website, www.live-love-life.ca, and then add S/SOGR for Science of Getting Rich. You can find this book there, the original. You can find a link there for that. And then you can find a link for my mentors who are rewriting this book for the 21st century. And I'm excited to get that. It'll be released August 13th. And I'm excited to learn what the changes in that have been brought about. I know my mentors, Cora and Sunil, to be wealth builders, and they're givers. So I'm excited to see what this book may hold. But my study of wealth, even beyond the science of getting rich, it will not stop. Not only my study, but my implementation. It doesn't work without action. So that's my goal, and that's my mission moving forward. And I hope the same for you. That's why I brought it to you. That's why I do these broadcasts, because as much as I want to study it for myself, I want everybody I know and everybody around me to build that wealth and become rich as well. We cannot live the life we want to live without money. Everything we know, everything we want to do, it all costs money. So I want to have the money to do whatever it is I want to do moving forward. And I don't think I'm being selfish or egotistical in having that wish or having that desire. So I don't think anybody else is that selfish or that ignorant or that egotistical to want to have the wealth to live the life they love. That's our mission here. That's our purpose. I want you to continue to join me. If you learned something from today's lesson, please comment below. Let's start the conversation. Let's keep this study going by talking about what we learned here. Thank you for joining me. I'm RJ Horner, host and facilitator. Once again, please visit our website, www.live-love-life.ca, and go to /SOGR for the science of getting rich. Thank you. RJ Horner, Ben Love Life, in our wealth study of the science of getting rich. Until next time, better days ahead.